Hey everyone, so in this tutorial what we're going to talk about is the branching engine. It's a horizontal resequencing technique, which means that we're going to wait till the end of a phrase, a musical phrase, before moving on to another phrase. I've downloaded the template and unzipped it, and inside that folder you'll see a bunch of different items. One is you'll see the application itself. You'll also see the source code in case you wanted to adapt that on your own. You can use Max MSP to change it if you want. Then I have three folders, three states basically, and they can represent things like exploration, suspense, and combat. Now, we also have two other WAV files here, introduction and an end. In the folders, you can have as many WAV files as you want. So let's open it up and preview it, just to give you a little bit of a sense of what this project looks like. We have 4 phrases in state 1, we have in state 2 we have 3 phrases, and state 3 we also have 3 phrases. So I'm going to open up the application, get through the dialog box. All right, and here's what the application looks like. So it's fairly simple. We have a start button over here. We have the music volume, the QuickTime volume. If your QuickTime movie has audio in it, you can actually adjust it. Also, there's a music meter, which will show us the rough volumes of what's going on. Then we have a play intro, so you can turn off the introduction and go right to state 1 if you want to, but I'm going to leave it on for right now. Then these 3 buttons switch the states. They go from state 1 to 2 to 3, and then the ending will play the ending. And this timer here is to show you how long in the current branch we have before we can actually hit a decision point to either move on to a different state or to play the next branch of the series. So let's listen to what this current project sounds like. So we're hearing the introduction right now, and you can see it counting down. We have 5 more seconds roughly before we begin state 1. Now we're in state 1, and we have 6 seconds before this phrase ends. And at the end of each phrase, we can go into a new state. This is phrase number 2 in state 1. And then the next one, this is phrase number 3. Now, it's best to keep these with under about 10 to 12 seconds. The longer that they are, the longer it takes for you to actually transition into a new state. So when I go to state 2, it's going to count down, and go to state 2. This is kind of the chase music that we have for this example. And that was phrase 1. This is phrase 2. And it's playing these in order. And then lastly, we have phrase number 3. And that's going to repeat those. The better projects have more phrases within them. So now we're back to the first phrase again. I would say that 4 or 5 phrases per state is better than just 3. The more you have, the better it's going to be in terms of extending out a specific state. By the way, I hit state 3, and now we're in the first phrase of state 3. Here's the second phrase, and then the third phrase. And then it's going to repeat those 3 again. Now, the nice thing that you may have noticed is that with horizontal resequencing, when we go into a new state, we can change the tempo, we can change the key. We're not limited to kind of a pre-structured tempo and chord map, harmonic map, which is kind of nice. When I hit the end key, the end of this phrase, it'll start playing that end. That's basically how the resequencing engine works. And we're using branching again, so everything's got to wait to the end of a phrase before going into the new phrase. So I'm going to quit out. And then the other thing to kind of remember is when you're putting these things together, all you have to do is make sure that your own file names match these file names. So when you create your phrases and separate them into individual little bits, just save them as loop1a.wave, loop1b. So the A, B, C, D, that represents the phrases. 1 represents the state. So 1A is state 1, phrase 1. 2A is state 2, phrase 1, phrase A. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck with your branching projects, and see you on the other side.